What's up? How y'all doing? I had to make a comment on this video about Scottie Pippen, Phil Jackson, because I've been seeing it when it came out. And I wasn't aware of it earlier, but I got a comment on it now. Um, I never question another black person when it comes to race in this country because I got no reason to make no lies up about that. Phil Jackson um, is one of the greatest coaches ever, and he was very successful. He had white privilege. Let's be realistic. I mean, come on now. You get to coach Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal in their primes and their peaks, and you got a Kobe Bryant and a Scottie Pippen and a Dennis Rodman. Hey, that is white privilege. That's just saying. Let's keep it 100. Steve Kerr, who played for Phil Jackson, inherited Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kevin Durant. And that's another story. Um, I guess some people want some facts from Scottie, and I think that if Scottie had to use the Craig Hodges aspect, it would be even stronger because Craig Hodges got whiteballed because of what he said when he wrote his letter to George Bush, the senior, when he visited the White House in '92, and he never got to come back to the NBA. He didn't get to, but Phil did bring him on as a shooting coach with the Lakers, but he did get whiteballed during his prime and his peak. That was true. And Scottie was talking about the Tony Kukoc incident where he didn't get to come in the game, and and some people say, well, how come you work for a racist? Well, if you're black, you have worked for racists in this country. That ain't unheard of. And if we want to talk about on the NBA level and being a legendary player, um, Elgin Baylor worked for Donald Sterling for years, and he told the truth about Donald Sterling. No one paid him no mind. See, white guys get the benefit of the doubt because they get to coach black players. No one's gonna believe you. Now, Phil had that episode when he made the remarks about NBA player dressing like jail, like asylum, when he made the remark. And then he made the remark about LeBron James. He called it a posse crew. And, he said some off the cuff things. And it could be construed a certain way. And Scottie went on about how Phil aired Kobe Bryant out in his book. And he came back to coach him. Well, coaches can be honest about a player. I mean, he didn't lie about Kobe's attitude. I mean, because when Kobe's playing with Shaq, I mean, he didn't throw the ball sometimes. He was very selfish. And there was no there was no mystery. He wanted to be the alpha male. They wanted an agenda. So, you know. But Scottie has said some things, and I know sometimes he comes off petty, and certain things I didn't agree with him going at Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant ate him and eated him. But he brought up some good points here and there. But this thing about Phil being a racist, it's possible. I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. I mean, let's be realistic. The white coaches get to coach black players, and they get all the acclaim and the success. Black head coaches who are successful don't get the same. And you never hear Casey Jones' name mentioned when he coached Larry Bird and he won multiple titles. You didn't hear anything about that. Lenny Wilkins, the winningest coach, he don't get his acclaim. He doesn't get his flowers. I mean, I'm just saying. Rest in peace to Casey Jones. Bill Russell was a player coach. And all they talk about is Red Auerbach. But you know that, you know, there's some truth in there somewhere in there. And also, I will say this in Scottie's defense. Phil does like these white players. I mean, like Lou Longley. He has a way of romanticizing some of them. And the side players definitely got a lot of action with Phil. Phil knew how to massage the egos of the big tier guys, but he had always, if you look at the bench guys, the white guys definitely racked up. You know, if you're going to look for anything, I'm not going to, again, I'm going to take Scottie at his word for it. You know, I mean, that still doesn't take away that Phil Jackson was one of the greatest head coaches ever in any sport. However, you know, it is black and white, just like in life. And, it be like that. So, but give me your thoughts and takes about Phil Jackson. I mean, Scottie Pippen called Phil Jackson a racist. You with it? You not? there's some things that could be there on the surface. But like I said, if Scottie had it came from the Craig Hodges angle, and then you think about what we call LeBron posse, and then also with the dress code, he did slip, so it wouldn't be far fetched. And I wouldn't put nothing past these white head coaches, especially since it's like a plantation, because they're 80% black, but all the head coaches are mainly white. And some things have been said. And you can't really say anything just because you're owned by the system. Scottie want to work. Scottie want an NBA gig, he want to work. So sometimes the cats got to bite their tongue. Very few of them are going to say something that ain't within the accords. And you remember David Stern was like a pimp, so he was pimping a lot of it. And Adam Silver pimps it now. So I don't trust them leagues. And you know what I say about the NBA anyway. The NBA stands for Negroes Be Acting, because there's a lot of acting in the NBA. Anyway, give me your thoughts and takes. Hit that like, subscribe, welcome thoughts and comments. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and you never know.